Moin Moin und herzlich willkommen zu diesem speziell gelagerten Sondervideo, das mir persönlich ganz besonders am Herzen liegt. Denn im Rahmen der Promotour zu Netflix neuer Serie Daredevil habe ich tatsächlich die Chance bekommen, ein Interview zu führen mit dem Showrunner des Ganzen, Steven DeKnight, und Daredevil himself, dem Hauptdarsteller Charlie Cox. Und eigentlich hätte ich bei Interview wohl so Gänsefüßchen machen müssen, denn, sind wir ganz ehrlich, ich habe mich so ein bisschen eher durch meine Fragen gestammelt. Weil das war das allererste Mal, dass ich in so einer Situation war und ich wusste gar nicht, wie das alles so abläuft. Möglicherweise merkt man das in dem Material, was ihr gleich zu sehen bekommt. Aber wie gesagt, ich hoffe trotzdem, ihr habt eine Menge Spaß dabei. Wollt ihr das jeweils andere Interview sehen, könnt ihr da machen, das werde ich da einfügen. Und wenn ihr nochmal gucken wollt, was der Roger und ich zu der Serie meinten, könnt ihr da Klickety-Klack machen. Ja, ihr wisst, wie das funktioniert. Ansonsten wünsche ich euch viel Spaß mit dem Interview. Und entschuldige mich schon mal vorher, dass das Ganze nur auf Englisch ist. Nachvollziehbar, dass das Original nur auf Englisch ist, aber ich hatte auch noch nicht die Zeit, irgendwie Untertitel dafür zu machen. Das könnte noch ein bisschen dauern, wenn ich überhaupt jemals dazu komme. Schreibt mir doch mal in die Kommentare, wie ihr damit klarkommt und ob ich vielleicht, so Gott bewahre, sollte ich jemals wieder die Chance bekommen, ein Interview zu führen, lieber gleich denn irgendwie versuchen sollte, das auf Deutsch zu übersetzen, bevor ich das online stelle. Könnt ihr mir ja mal was dazu sagen. In diesem Sinne, der Blitz hat euch lieb. Weitermachen! Okay. First of all, thank you very much for meeting me. It's my first time interviewing anyone.
Oh, well, perfect.
So be gentle with me. And congratulations to this great series.
Thank you very much.
And the pickup for the second season, although you will not be running the show there.
Sadly, no.
But I hope you will be back for a probable third season.
I would love to come back sometime in the future. You know, schedule allowing, not sure if it would be Daredevil. But I loved working with Marvel, loved working with Netflix. So hopefully if my schedule allows, I'll be able to pop back in it sometime.
I'm looking forward to it. So since it's my first time, I actually prepared the same questions as everybody else. We had a round table, and so questions you probably have answered over 100 times. But how did you actually get involved in the making of this series?
It's basically Drew Goddard and Jeff Loeb. Two guys that I've worked with before. I worked with Jeff Loeb when we were developing the Buffy animated series way back in the day that unfortunately never went forward, although we ended up writing like 10 scripts. And Drew Goddard I worked with as a writer on Buffy and a writer on Angel, where we actually co-wrote a bunch of scripts together. So I already knew these two guys, and we go way back, and we've talked throughout the years. And I had met with Drew about a year earlier, and he told me they were doing Daredevil, and would I like to come on and help out? And I said, I would love to, but I'm busy. I had a deal at Starz where I was developing a Band of Brothers meets Halo series called Incursion,
okay,
which hopefully will still go one day. And I said, but best of luck. It sounds great. I can't wait to see it. And then a year later, I got a phone call that Drew had to leave because he had a feature commitment to do the Sinister Six. And would I be willing to come in and take over? And I still had 3 months left on my Starz deal, and it was a little tied up. But I said, send me the scripts. Let me read it. And I read them, and I thought they were fantastic. And then I went in, and Drew Goddard and Jeff Loeb pitched me the idea for the season, and I thought it was brilliant. So I decided I had to do it. It was just too damn good not to do, and I'm thrilled I did. I think you know.
Me too.
Thank you. I think Drew Goddard. I always say that he left me with a great menu, and hopefully I cooked up a delicious meal for people.
This is working out great. So many answers for my questions. Actually, I have somewhere in here if you ever worked with Jeff Loeb before, so
yes,
I can check this one off the list. How did you get involved? At which point in the production cycle? Thank you very much. Did you know the character or the comics beforehand?
Yes, very well. I grew up reading comics all my life.
Okay.
And that's one thing I love about this show and the process of working on this show is that myself, Drew Goddard, Jeff Loeb, Joe Quesada at Marvel, Dan Buckley at Marvel, we all grew up reading comics and loving comics. So, you know, it wasn't something I came in and I had to learn about Daredevil. I completely knew about Daredevil.
Okay.
You know, grew up reading the Frank Miller run and then later really loving the really really loving the. I grew up reading the Frank Miller run, and then later the Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev run, which I really loved, and I read all the other runs throughout the years, which were great. So yeah, I was very heavily steeped in Daredevil and Marvel Comics before I came in.
Okay, and actually, did you give your actors some pointers there that what they should read beforehand?
Yeah, some actors knew the material, and some actors we put together a package of material for them to read.
Okay.
And catch up with the comics.
Thank you very much. Another one. Okay, this is the Jeff Loeb one. Thank you very much.
3 more minutes.
Jesus. Can someone read this? How did the making of the series differ from series on another network, like your own Spartacus at Starz, because of this long form storytelling that you have you don't have to have a cliffhanger at the end of this episode. You have this long form storytelling over 13 episodes. How does the approach writing and creating the show differ? Is this so too long for 3 minutes? Probably.
No, I think I can handle it.
Okay.
There's not a lot of difference between what I would do for Starz, for Spartacus, or what I would do for Daredevil. There's a bigger difference between network television and the premium cable or an outlet like Netflix. And I'm always a big believer that instead of ending on a cliffhanger on each episode, you should have a definitive end to the episode, but still have something that draws the audience back in, which is what I always try to do on Spartacus. And we took the same approach to Daredevil. There's only one true cliffhanger, which is the end of episode 5, because we split 5 and 6, go straight into each other. Other than that, we just wanted to have a strong ending for each episode, and hopefully that would be enough to have the audience want to press the button and see the next episode.
And it did. I wanted to press the button. I watched the whole season in one sitting, actually. I'm that kind of nerd. So 1 minute, of course. And actually, since I'm the nerd, I'm the comic geek. I read the comics. I'm still reading the comics. But how did you find this fine line between approachable for the casual viewer, since I'm not neutral there, but I think that you got the viewership there to understand what is happening, and also layered in so many tiny things for us hardcore fans without actually robbing the casual viewership of these things. Did you have to cut something there?
No, our approach was always to approach it as a crime drama first and foremost, which is what Daredevil is in a lot of the runs, especially the Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev run. And that way we thought, okay, we'll get the casual viewer, because you really don't have to know anything about comics or Marvel lore. If we build just a good, crackling crime drama, that will bring in the casual viewer. And then on top of that, we can layer in these references to the comics that the casual viewer may not get, but it's okay because they don't have to. They'll understand the story, and this is just a little something extra. Little things like having Matt's nickname that Claire gives him, Mike, from the comics. And the
Greek student.
Yes, the Greek girl that he dated in college, and Stiltman's legs in the background in the finale. And there are
gladiators.
Yes, the gladiator saw blades in the poster in the background. Yeah. There are dozens and dozens of little Easter eggs like that for the true fan, but we never want it to have it so deeply steeped in the lore that the casual viewer would get lost without knowing the comic book references.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.